Welcome to St Ives School of Painting's How-To series. Short lessons taken from our longer online courses, designed to help you build confidence and skills in drawing and painting, one focused exercise at a time.
Just following on from the painting where thinking about contrast. It's still warm and cool, so warm inside, cool outside, but let's play around with the contrast. And this is, if you want to do a bit more extended learning after you've done your painting, this is a really good way to do it. So I've just got some white paper. I'm just going to paint little bits, tear it up and stick it on. So, for example, let me see. I'm going to to start with, make it simple. I'm just going to paint a bit black because that is obviously high contrast. So what would happen, and it's really saying that, what would happen if, so unfortunately I have to use SPID. What would happen if I made that bar really dark and really light? See what happens to the space, the depth. So there's one. Whoops, let's try again. Unfortunately, wetting the paper is the best way to do it. But the good thing about this is that, and it's a really good way of trying to work out problems in your painting and fix them. But the good thing is, obviously, you're not changing the original painting. So if you're happy with it, it's not going to alter it. So what would happen if I put that there as that bar? Now, can you see what's happening? It's basically completely undoing the sense of space from foreground to distance. I mean, I'd have to reorganise the whole painting now to get that to work spatially. So I don't want that. But let's just pretend, it's a lot to do with scale as well. So let's just pretend that there's a little red boat outside. Let's see what we can get away with, because red is it may not be black and white and high contrast and that, but it's a very strong colour and it contrasts to the green of the sea. So let's just pretend there's a boat outside. It's a very big boat actually. Can you see it jumps forward? Basically, in terms of space, it looks like a flower. But let's see what we can get away with. If it's a very tiny red boat, I might get away with it. Let's have a look. Are we picking that up? Yes, it does. It's the possibility of it being, but the truth is that because colour and light and distance, actually, I mean, if you're a scientist, you'd understand how it works, the light waves, but basically there's no way that could be that bright. And now I'm going to contradict myself because, as I talked about before, is that sometimes, and you will have seen this natural phenomenon, you'll be out in the landscape and the sun will come out on the horizon and it will look like the horizon's really close to you. But let's just try, if we wanted to put a red boat in, let's make it just a little bit pink rather than brilliant red. Oops, that's quite challenging. I think I've probably eaten some paint now. Oh, you know what I've done? I've put it in the sky. It would help if I put it in the sea. Let's just pop it there. And I think that's sitting back. You see, now that is interesting. So it's really fun now to play around with it. That actually is believable as something out there. I mean, you know, what about if I wanted to, I thought, oh, I really want to put a lighthouse out there. Let's put a little, which we do have, not this side of the studio, but the other side is Gadrevi Lighthouse. Virginia Woolf, To the Lighthouse. And it is actually written about that. So actually, I've got a bit of dirty white paper. Let's just pop that out there as if. What would that do? Let's see. I'm going to have to step back a minute. So you wouldn't want both. It would just look ridiculous. But say, let's get rid of the boat. Sometimes it needs a rock, doesn't it? You wouldn't have a lighthouse without a rock. So let's put a little bit of, and again, I'm going to need some warmth for a rock. So is that going to jump forward? Well, you can play with it. You can make it jump forward, push it back. It'll look like a funny boat now. That's a warm, jumping forward quite a lot, isn't it? So I think it's got to be bluer. So this is a great example of using colour and contrast. So let's just push it back. If I want to push it back, I've got to add some blue and make it less contrast to what's around it. The less contrast there is in colour, in terms of colour and tone, the more it will sit back. Now it's disappeared. So let's show you again. If I want to bring it forward, I can either use a warm colour, the yellow blob, and stick it back on with my finger. Even that tiny speck, that's quite good because it's actually looking like rock in shadow and a rock with a bit of, or maybe a wave on it. I mean, I don't actually want anything out there, but it's just showing you what would happen if. And again, likewise, say if I wanted it to jump forward a bit more. If I use a little bit of the black, of course it will jump forward even more, look. And in some ways, that's more convincing. And it is still believable that it's far away because of the scale. So, I mean, obviously, if I, like I showed you with the huge red blob, it's not going to sit back. But you do get those days where there's some light falling on something in the distance that illuminates it and looks like it's closer. And what that's doing is it's making the horizon line look further away than the lighthouse. But in the end, let's get rid of it because I don't really want it at all. And you can see I've got a little bit left there now, so I'm just going to patch that up. So it's not completely, what's the word? I can't think of the word, fallible. You know, it's not completely perfect putting sticking bits of paper on. You might pick up a little bit of paint, but it's really worth experimenting with it because I think it will help you so much understand how these things are working. Right, there we are.
Want more tips, tricks and inspiration? Each of the short lessons are taken from one of our full courses in our extensive online library. We have over 100 courses available for you to watch on demand. Visit our website to find out more and hit subscribe for more creative inspiration.